Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some NBA with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Shout out to the Marlins. Baseball season coming up soon. Hopefully, we can overachieve this year and maybe break this playoff drought we've been in since 2003. But anyway, that's baseball. Wanted to talk some basketball. First of all, there's a lot of guys getting moved around in the NBA right now, so there's a lot of things I got to cover. But the Toronto Raptors, they're a team on the up and up. They're a team that's obviously got a really dynamic backcourt: Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan. They got my boy, shout out, defensive anchor Bismack Biyombo, contributing a lot to their success. Damari Carroll as well. So with that being said, they're trying to find any way they can to improve their team so they can get on par with the best teams in the East, as they are the number 2 seed right now. And now they made a move recently. They waived Anthony Bennett. Now, Anthony Bennett, the former number 1 overall pick of the 2013 draft, which, by the way, was a very weak draft. Anthony Bennett is waived by the Cavs, or to make room for Jason Thompson, who the Raptors just signed. Now, Jason Thompson is going to bring some more size, more toughness, more veteran experience. A reliable big man who's been playing in the league for quite some time now. 7 years now, something like that. So anyway, good move, good pickup for the Raptors to add to the big man depth. But the main focus of this video was going to be Anthony Bennett, because here we have a guy in Anthony Bennett who came out of UNLV after 1 year, and I remember it very well. I remember watching the Draft Express videos on him. I remember even being, because the Hornets, I think, were like about 4th that year, and that was the year that Ben McLemore, Nerlens Noel, Cody Zeller, all those guys came out, and that was a really bad draft. So there was really no consensus number 1 overall pick, so we didn't really know how the board was going to fall. So at one point in time, I was like, you know what, Anthony Bennett would be a great fit for the Hornets. And I'm not the only Hornets fan that thought that, and I know there are other people out there that love this guy's skills, because if you go and pull up his UNLV highlights, the guy's a beast. He could shoot the 3 a little bit. He could handle the ball. He had the NBA size. People were comparing this guy because he looked like a poor man's version, but a poor man's college version of Larry Johnson. I mean, I remember hearing it in my head. I remember hearing the comparisons on ESPN and Draft Express and all these other outlets. But where I'm going with this is, Anthony Bennett he's already had. I think this is his 3rd season in the league. So he's already had 3 seasons in the league, and he's had 3 stops. He got drafted by the Cavs, couldn't find his footing in Cleveland. So then he's a throw-in for the Andrew Wiggins trade. Then he couldn't find his way in Minneapolis for the Timberwolves. Then the Raptors pick up Bennett, who was the first Canadian ever drafted number 1 overall. So that should be a big deal, but no, he was relegated to being a mop-up guy. He had a stint in the D League. He became the first ever number 1 pick to go to the D League, and now it looks like that. It looks like this guy might have well just cemented himself as the biggest bust in NBA history, and it sucks to say that because Anthony Davis was a guy I had high hopes for coming out of college. If you think he's garbage now, if you didn't watch him much in college, go pull up his UNLV highlights. The guy could play. And, there's teams out there that I'm sure they might roll the dice on him, as a kind of a project. But it is what it is, man. You had guys like Kwame Brown, who were garbage in the NBA. You had guys like Michael Olowokandi, Greg Oden, who didn't pan out. But then now you have Anthony Bennett, Anthony Bennett. I mean, damn. He was assigned to the D League, and they waived him. Number 1 overall pick got waived, and he's only 22 years old. So, we're hoping for a turnaround for Anthony Davis. But let me just read you his stats. His career averages right now are 4.2 points and 3.1 rebounds. Now, not very good. It's terrible. Those are good. Those are what I call janitor numbers. Guys who come off the bench and just do dirty work. Guys who play mop-up duties. He's better than that. And hopefully, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why he can't find his footing no matter where he goes. Maybe he's not taking his craft seriously. But at this rate, Anthony Davis, Anthony Bennett, I don't know why I keep saying Anthony Davis. Anthony Bennett, he's had a lot of chances to make his mark in the NBA. He hasn't quite done that. So unless the right team picks him up and really invests in this guy, I think you might just be looking at the biggest bust in the history of the NBA. This guy might have surpassed Kwame Brown, which says a lot because even Kwame Brown went on later in his career. He had some stints in LA. He had some stints in Charlotte, where he had some semi-productive years. Anthony Bennett doesn't have anything close to a semi-productive year. So, with that being said, you got to look at this guy as, you know, probably the worst draft pick, first-round draft pick in NBA history. So, hopefully, you know, like I said, he's 22. A lot of these guys, they come out of college after 1 year. They want the money, and so for some guys, there's a sharp learning curve. And Anthony Bennett had injuries. He had, he had to battle Tristan Thompson for playing time in Cleveland. So, you know, he had some work to do, a lot of work to do, and you know, hopefully he can last and go to the D League or do whatever he has to do to get back in the league and find his footing. Because I know it's tough, but at this moment in time, he is the biggest bust in NBA history. So let me know what you guys think. Anthony Bennett gets waived from his hometown Toronto Raptors to make room for Jason Thompson on the roster. Is this the end for him? Is he going to go down as the biggest bust in NBA history, or will he turn it around? Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.